Hello, hello, greetings and a warm welcome to you all. I'm so sorry we're late. If you're watching this live, there's no excuse. Technical gremlins. If you're watching this on catch up, obviously you don't know. Yeah, one of the cameras was having a bit of a funny 5 minutes and we couldn't get it to connect. But all is good now, and we have got it connected. Huzzah! Welcome. Oh. Fine, fantastic. So, yes, what have we got for you tonight? Well, we've got two canvases cut behind me. I'm going to tell you all about that in just a few moments. We're going to make sure the cameras are working. Definitely need to make sure the cameras are working. We're going to do plenty of shout outs. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to use a color palette, which I am very excited about. So I think if you're ready, buddy, let's run some titles. See you back in 31 seconds. Boom, we're back in the room. Welcome back, folks. Now, if you're just joining us on Instagram, which is sat about a foot down from the corner camera in the pod, a very, very warm welcome to all of our friends over there as well. We're going to be doing some great things here this evening. I'm literally too excited. I've got 25 sentences all waiting to come out of my mouth simultaneously, so I'll try and calm myself down, have a word with myself, take myself into the corner, and come out like a professional. Right, we know corner cam's working. Hello, everybody. We'll do a quick one on PTZ. So there we go. We've changed a few little bits today with regard to color saturation and color renders. We've been working a lot on that after last week's very bright and vibrant orangey painting. Let's switch to overhead, buddy. Oh, hello. Welcome aboard. I've seen you here before. You're in for quite a ride. Overhead's working. And the one that was giving us all the problems over there, Roam Cam. Now, we had an echo last week. Do you remember that? Oh, yeah. You'll have to let us know if we've got an echo this week. If we have, then I'll be quiet when Roam Cam is on, and the all cameras. If we have, I apologise. It's obviously causing problems, but then we're pushing tech to the absolute limits as always. Let's have a wander. Let's Instagram say hello to YouTube. Hello, and you see what I did there? All cool. Insta, let's move you guys over here because I want to introduce you to what's going on the bench, and I'm sure you will let me know if we've got some echoing going on. We will try and fix that, but I'm not entirely sure how successful we're going to be. A little bit of echo from Charlene. Thank you, Charlene. Right, let's have a look. Oh, Ed, tell us what is going on the bench. Okay, I will. Well, we've got our old friend Chrome, which has been in a couple... Oh, sorry, hang on. I need to turn 80 up in my ears. Hang on just a second. We're on backup mics, because the normal mics have decided to have a bit of a flip out. Okay, right, so I'll press on through then. So we have got an echo, so it's still picking up sound. Apologies. Right, black, I don't know what that is, silver, cream, copper, queen's gold, hurrah! And some other stuff and some weird and wonderful things that we're going to be doing. And look, guys, we've already done a bit of experimenting. We've decided to leave it out instead of putting it in the bin like we normally do. So we're going to get some quite exciting things happening. I'm not going to show you too much of that because I want to show you what's actually down on the canvas. So we're going to pop Roam Cam back. There we go. Roam Cam done. Right, Instagram, my friends, let's move you back here and I'll tell you what's going down on the canvases down here. Right, okay, why did I just walk over here? Yes, because I need to start on this one, so we're just going to move the camera back. Oh, what have I stood on? You can tell it's live, can't you? Supposed to be call yourself a professional. Now, folks, we are going to be doing some shout outs very, very shortly, so thank you if you are on the chat. We will come and say hello as quickly as possible. Okay, that's ready to go. And only this time I'm going to press time lapse, whereas I didn't last week. Okay, it's all very disconcerting in my ears because my comms link to AD is normally a closed loop, and now all I can hear is the extractor in my ears, plus him. So but that's because the other mics are having a nightmare. Anyway, so I'm challenged with what's being fed into my brain right now, which is extremely odd. Okay, so I'll do the best I can. My brain will try and focus as best it can. Right, guys. Okay. So we're gonna get things on the board. We're gonna get things moving. I'm gonna get some copper on. And we've been using this copper for a couple of weeks now, on and off. It is sensational and gloopy and delicious and wonderful and thick and indulgent. I know, sounds like me, doesn't it? So we're going to get the Queen's Gold, expensive Queen's Gold, out, and I'm using a different thinners today. Now, the tech amongst you will be, oh, Ed, tell us more. Well, if I did, I'd have to kill you, so I can't. But it is a different thinners with some different properties, and it's designed to suit the paints that I'm working with. Now, these particular metallics are by a different manufacturer, and historically they tend to not do too well with the thinners that I normally use for the other enamel paints, which are all mixed by the same company. What normally happens is I get an emulsifying process happen within about 15 minutes of bringing the two together, which is great for some things, but for tonight, tonight I wanted something different. So we've broken out one of the other thinners that we've got and realized this particular one does actually mix with these two very, very well. And oh my goodness me, I literally can't tell you how insane and incredible these are when they mix down on the canvas surface. And I'm hoping as things start to move on, Ada's going to be able to treat you to some pretty incredible shots. So if you really want to see right inside the private life of paint, these two pots are going to show you exactly what I mean. It's as simple as that. That's my mix. It's going to go on there. Let's move these out of the way because I don't want that to confuse the issue. There you go. We'll stick those over there. Definitely going to be lots of shout outs, but for now I think you all probably want to get me to get some paint on some canvas. Let's pop you down there on Insta, and because the genius of AD in my ears has basically told me we might have fixed the issue on Roam Cam, let's just move Roam Cam and see if you have. Right, I'll talk. Do we have an echo? Yes or no, folks? Is there an echo on Roam Cam? AD thinks he might have fixed it, so there we go. Let's get you in posizione. There we go. You can all let me know if now I've repositioned ourselves, if you can still hear an echo. Right, there we go. So Roam Cam is now. Let's see if anybody says anything. Nope, still got the echo there, have we? Okay. Oh, Squid says no, slightly from Henry. Funny. Oh, no echo from Lee. Interesting. Okay, so some of you got echo and some of you haven't. Well, that's even more bizarre. Right. Okay, mate. Well, you pick a camera, dude, and then we'll get this on. Right. Okay. So here we go. In for a penny, in for a pound, my friends. This is our gold and copper evening. I hope you're ready for it because this is where it all starts. Shall we do it, buddy?
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Right, here we go. We're not afraid of the paint tonight, are we? When am I ever afraid of the paint? Let's get this on. Let's have some fun. We want to know what your weather's like. We want to know where you are in the world, especially if you're new. If you are new, hello Insta. Sorry to walk past. Please do ask questions. Here we go. Down on the hands and knees. Oh yeah, it's a reality. Please do ask questions. We'd love to hear from you, especially if you're new on the channel or you've got some interesting thoughts. Want some of the more pressing and urgent matters answered. We will do our best. So we'll come and have a break in a few minutes and come and say some big hellos. Right now, though, we're in an uncharted territory. It's all experimental. I've never ever used these paint thinners with these paints before, so I'm breaking new ground. We've had a little bit of a test this afternoon, but it is only a small test, so we're going to see what happens as we start moving this around now. I could need a lot more paint than what I've got now. I haven't got a clue, so I've got to feel this out for myself, learn as I go along. We want to get some beautiful shapes and fronds and all kinds of things going on here. Definitely going to need some more in that corner. Let's just get the early ones out. Look, you can see you can see a bit of shape maintaining underneath, even in that minute or so. So I don't have a lot of work time. I've got to get a move on here, folks. So forgive me if I'm not too chatty. But the base, the base is very important. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? Base is very, very important, everybody. Can't ignore the base. No, let's get some gold over here, look. Now this base layer is as important as what goes over the top, but it is going to carry the structure of the painting through. So albeit I'm working quickly, I'm fairly adept with using one of these grout spreaders, which is one of my favourite tools. As you can see, very nice. So I'm going to switch sides in just a second. Definitely going to need a little bit more up here, but that's fine. Or am I? Or am I? He says. No, it's all changing as we speak. Now, we've been doing a lot of work on colour rendering this week, as Adi said. And let's just say a big hello, shall we? To the man out in control. Adi's freezing his you-know-what's off, because it's very cold here this evening.
Hello, how are you all doing? Yeah, it's pretty nasty here. We've had hailstones 3-4 times, massive claps of thunder and lightning, and straight down rain. Running around trying to put buckets underneath all the leaks in the studio, which is always fun, obviously. So yeah, all good fun. And yeah, temperature going up and down and up and down. Presumably that's why there's a massive thunderstorm.
Yeah, all fun and games, isn't it? And it's essentially an open glass roof. The noise that the hailstones make it's very cool, but you're like, whoa, you literally can't hear yourself speak when the hailstones are coming down. Okay, this is good. We're digging the paint around now. This is nice. Happy to have a lot of the volume go towards the edges. Got to work quick though, because I can already feel it underneath the spreader starting to go. But that emulsifying, it's all behaving itself. It's behaving like regular paint should. And I'm going to stick some globs on in a minute. Remember, I just want to get things covered. Yeah, an even distribution of the copper and the gold. We're going to get some very interesting effects starting to happen. And of course, it will entirely depend on what I put on after this, both in terms of the other type of paint by the other manufacturer and how that reacts, plus or minus any chemicals I might put on over the top of that. So we really are in some quite interesting territory here this evening, folks. I'm very interested to see, and I might get the sprinkles out as well, so you never know how this might pan out in the end. But one thing is definitely guaranteed: it's going to be a metallic night. Yeah, it's going to be all golds and shimmers and coppers and all these wonderful, I can't even call them autumnal tones, because they're just universally awesome. But particularly apt, shall we say, for this time of the year. Now, interestingly, look, as we're still on PTZ, from where you're seeing this now, you know I'm light on this side. So I'm going to grab my paint. I'm going to come back over. Excuse me, Insta. So a little bit light in the middle and a little bit light here. So what I want to do is get some gold into this corner and work it in. Maybe some copper. Oh, not that much copper, you fool. Right. How much copper do you want, Ed? Let's give it a few little skadooshes there. Right, okay. So, I've been a little bit cag-handed with the paint. British phrase, is it? Cag-handed? I quite like that phrase. We're getting that worked around just nicely. Oh yeah. Now I can tell you, of course, we've got 2 canvases. So I'm hopeful that if you're liking this one, you're definitely going to like the second one. Because we're going to mix that up a little bit, but you've got to stick around to see what's going to happen with that one. So don't go anywhere. You've got enough time to run and tell your friends. Share us on social media. Let everybody know. These 2 crazy dudes do on a Wednesday. More the merrier. That's what we like, isn't it? Run and tell your friends. Oh my goodness me, what is happening? Okay, and that goes for you guys too on Insta. Now we're just working that gold in here. You will very shortly start to see some very, very interesting things happening with this paint. So all I'm doing now is just revisiting. I want to just make sure we've got a fairly even coverage all the way around. I don't want any gaps. I don't want canvas showing. All right, so I know we've got lots of questions coming in. So as soon as I've done this, and we'll get all your questions answered. Who was that who asked about the paint, buddy? Just while I'm finishing this off. So Olive, what I can tell you, I can't tell you the brand, because actually the brand theoretically doesn't exist because it's a combination of a lot of different components. The paint is an enamel paint. It's the kind of thing that you paint ships and bridges with. But over the last 10 years, we've tinkered and fettled and messed around with it to such an extent that we're able to do these pretty incredible things with it. So whilst I can't recommend an actual brand per se, except for the gold, I can certainly tell you that the paint is awesome, but it comes at a price, not just a financial one. As you can see, I'm wearing a breathing mask because the fumes are toxic in their raw state. That does go after about 4 or 5 days, thickness dependent, but have to be very, very careful with our own health and safety here. So whilst they're great, I don't actually advise anybody to go out and try and start with enamels. But hey, it's where we started. They're pretty awesome. We've developed a system that works. Now then, Insta, just before we look at all your lovely thoughts and comments, we're just going to pull you over into the centre there where you can get a good look at the canvas and what's going on. Thank you all for being here. Let me change my gloves. It's an active night tonight, folks. We're on the move. Henry says, when will you paint a ship? When Cunard give me one. Right, who was first up? Right, Nelson. Hola, Nelson. Great to see you. Sao Paulo. And we got Funny Fox. Hello, Suarezians. Hello, Funny Fox. Zane says a big g'day from New Zealand. All right, mate. We've got our cameras working. Robert Mungin was early. Well done, Robert. And yes, a happy early Thanksgiving to you. Now, Shelley Foley has also joined us, and Henry DeHaan, of course. Lovely to see you here. Joseph Spatter's made it. Charlene has as well. Now, where is Shelley? Oh, you're in the sunny Algarve in Portugal. How nice is that? Well done, you. Glad to see you having a lovely break. And who else have we got? Emmanuel, good evening to you too. Lucia, Calicari Shocker. Great to see you. Eleanor, good evening from Devon. I hope it's nice. Denise Weeks, you're always welcome to the party, Denise. And Asa from Sweden, hello, hello. And we've got Sandy McGill. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Rob D came to see us yesterday on a visit. Hello, Rob. Thank you so much. And for Simon for coming. Great to see you guys here. Glaucia. Don't know what that means, but I hope you're calling us a legends. Thank you very much. Anyway, hello, Glaucia. Lee Archer and Olive are also here. Tamiko, hello, Tamiko. Thank you for your messages. Oh, pinned. Unpinned. Kelly, we said hello. And Denise Deverell, looking forward to seeing what we're going to conjure up today. Fantastic. Squid. I forgot he was going live. Well, hello, Squid. Give our regards to Shark. Just joking. Oh, we've got little foxes here as well. Hello, hello. Okay, so Glaucia saying, why are there no subtitles? Very, very easy why there's no subtitles. YouTube can't generate them on a live stream. We have to wait for YouTube, and they normally on a live take about 4 days to process that before then we can translate the English into different languages. So that's the reason. Right, who else have we got? Albert Tatlock as well. Hello, Albert. We almost got to the end of the list. So many of you here tonight. It's great to see you. Thank you for being here. Lynn Sutherland. Hello, hello. Better late than never, as always. Some Cactus loves the beautiful gold. Well, you wait and see what we're going to do next then. I think we've caught up. Is that right? Metals are delicious, says Charlene. Perfectly matches the swords in my basement. Excellent. Excellent, fantastic. What so Oliver answered Olive's one. Watching on 2 platforms, Mr. Bohemio. Hello, sir. Very good to see you here. Morton Viking is giving us a big hello. And Mark Newt, always good to see you too, Squire. Thank you for being here. And Charlene's Patreon square is beautiful. Thank you very much. Annie, bonjour de la France. Bonjour, Annie. Bonsoir. Okay, right, let's get on with the gloves in my friends of Instagram. Let's move you guys round now those shout-outs are done. Thank you for the hearts, Leo da Silva. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Guseva. Brau Studio, that's very nice to see you here as well. What's that, Kathy? Hello, what's that? Hello, what's that, Kathy? Very nice to see you too. Right, okay, folks, I'm feeling good. I want to get some of this... have a little play with this mirror type of copper, so we're just going to get some of that. Let's get it in there. Look, we're going to let it float around a little bit, and then I'm going to sprinkle some on here before we go with the next color. No, probably didn't, mate, so I need to answer that. Right, let's find out who asked that question. Squid says, is your name Paul or Ed? You can call me whatever you want as long as it's polite. Who asked about painting in the galleries? There we go. Somebody did. I can't see who did that, who said that. But anyway, right, let me tell you, why don't I sell in galleries? Well, the answer to that is no. Lots of reasons, actually. Number one, they take too much money off you. 2, they don't give you enough control. 3, I don't trust anybody as far as I could throw them, because let's face it, they're all just out for their own personal gain. So there's lots of reasons, really. I'm not too, I don't really like the whole gallery kind of thing, the way it works. It's all, everything I've been used to has been stuffy and pretentious. So we've just always gone away from it. There is another reason as well, but I won't go into because it will just take too long to explain. I don't hide that, but had a pretty poor experience trying to get into one of the big shows here early doors when I thought, I was going to be the next big thing and wanted to exhibit. And the response I had and the rebuttal and the sheer rudeness that I was on the receiving end of with AD was essentially enough for us to go, you know what? We'll just do it on our own. Thanks very much. And here we are 13 years later, still rocking it. Still pushing through the boundaries, still working 100 hours a day. But you know what? We would not change that for the world. So I hope that does answer your question. Sorry, I missed it in the chat. I will, I can't find where that is. So yes, who was that said on my bottom? Lil Fox, yes, that's batteries. Batteries on my bottom. That's what I've got. That's the bit that helps keep me. So it keeps me from passing out with the fumes, basically. It still means I'm alive for next week. Right, we're putting a little bit of spray paint on. Let's spray it up and spray it down. Some metallic gold, that's going to look quite nice as well. Okay, time to break out. No, time to do the other one. Yes, of course. We've got a base coat, need to let that go off for a bit. Let's move you guys around here, Insta, because I reckon there is probably a good place to do it. And we'll do roam cam. Actually, I'll tell you what, buddy, just give us roam cam for 30 seconds, if you would. So it might just be a base coat, but things are starting to happen. No chemicals, just thinners. Textures are astonishing already. Okay, that's your 30-second look on roam cam. Can't spoil it for you just yet. We are, as long as my roam cam will stay up, we're going to now tackle this one, folks. Get ready. Oh yeah, 2 for the price of 1. I told you to stick around. Lynn Sutherland, I tell you what a wonderful thought. Yes, it is great. Yeah, knowing you can laugh in the face of the galleries. I love that. I think AD wants to add something to that as well.
Absolutely, Lynn. Absolutely. We did, because basically they control what you do. If you do something and they say, well, I want 10 more of those, but you want to be creative, but they say, well, I'm not going to sell it unless you do me 10 more of those last ones, but you want to do something else, you have to do that because you're forced to by them. Here, me and Ed, we've got complete control over everything. You know, we decide if we're going to do something, experiment, like we did just before we came on live. Over in the far corner, there's a piece of canvas with a load of paint all over it, and we were just watching things happen, and it was just the weirdest thing that was happening. It's great. But we can choose to do that. We don't have to go, oh, we're going to have to knuckle down and, you know, paint something else because that gallery's got my tail to get it out there. We just do what we want to do.
Yeah, amen to that, brother. Okay, right then. Now, I think somebody else asked me a really cool question as well, and I wanted to respond to that. Yes, Rita. Hello, Rita. We already have our state. Yeah, that's a good one from Rita. Look at that in the chat. My favourite gallery reply of all time. We already have our stable of artists. Are we horses? Somebody asked me a question. What was it? Oh, yes. Squid asks, this is a debate going on in our classroom if your name is Paul or Ed. It's definitely Ed. Look, if we have to be serious for a second and answer the question, it is Ed. All right, and if you think I'm lying, go and check out the About Me page on my website. Now, while I get swirly on here, things are still developing on the other side, but I'm just changing things up a little bit. Said to AD earlier on, whenever it was, I wanted to... We don't ever really explore black with gold. And of course, as we know, it's just such a powerful, rich combination. And I thought today was a really good way of kind of introducing that. And although I've done it in context with other colours, existing sort of on their own, it's not really a thing. You get little highlights of how awesome it could be and little snippets. But actually as a thing in its own right, and I'm definitely going to need more. I've not tended to do it before, so we're changing that tonight. Get some straight out the can. I've had some thinned and some not thinned. Let's get some over there. Did you say overhead, buddy? Sorry. Okay, fine. Let's get the seam through the middle up. And we'll get some over in the corner. I say I don't want to go too mad on the black, but actually I haven't. Sorry, I could have covered sort of 50% of it already. Right. Okay, well, let's see. It was really thick and lovely. Getting some nice shapes there. I think Funny Fox has had to go. Thank you for being here. Right, so just gently move. Now I've changed tool again, so we're in a similar position as we were with the gold one, canvas number 1, in that I'm using a flat implement, but this is a wider one and it's a steel one, so I have a different what's the word? Not malleability, but there's a different feel to using a steel blade than there is to using a plastic one. And actually I can be a lot more precise because there's a bit more give in this. I can get, because there's flexibility in it, I can get more sort of play and interest and feedback, if you like, when I'm moving the paint, depending on the pressure that I'm putting on my hand. And it's very subtle, but you tend to be able to feel it a lot more. There we've got a really good curl going on. That's staying. Right, buddy, I need to come around on the other side. So, yep, cool. Okay, yes, and of course, because I can scoop up with the blade, I can then pull up and redeposit elsewhere, and I've used that technique and principle on a number of occasions. Now, for those of you who were paying attention from the start, I've mentioned emulsification of paint a couple of times, and when I'm using different brands. Now with this, the key one here is the copper, because the copper definitely has a different composition than the gold. So when I'm hitting the copper, I'm not really quite sure what's going to happen. but that's part of the fun. So I'm just going to figure out now where I need to maneuver, because if this does turn out right, we aren't going to do anything more to it. But let's see. I think we just got to go for it, haven't we? Right. Let's get these swathes going. We just got to do it, mate, haven't we? We just got to stuck in.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Right, so Zane's enjoying it, so thank you, Zane. Lovely comment from Zane Taylor. Big monochrome fan, so this colour palette is literally blowing his mind. Excellent. I'm incredibly glad to hear that. Pittsburgh Steelers, is it? Ah, thank you, Robert. Yeah, sweet. Awesome. I think of the Lotus Grand Prix cars from the 70s and 80s that mentioned a famous cigarette brand, which I am not going to mention, but anyone who's a motorsport fan will instantly know the connection. They don't, but I don't want to get punished for advertising cigarette brands. You know how fickle these algorithms can be, buddy. Okay, so we're definitely a loops and swoops mindset with this. I'm enjoying the joy of moving paint around. I'm really starting to kind of investigate where the pressure points are with this particular tool. Haven't used it for a little while, but it's fun. It's fun, and we're starting to even get some nice patterns going now. Decisions. We've got a lot to look at on the roam cam, haven't we here, folks? There's all kinds of things happening. Wowzers. Almost don't want to do anything more, but obviously we're going to press on. Sometimes you just got to do it for the love of doing it. Just go wherever it takes you. Good on you, Robert. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, Robert. He was a very special player, that John fellow, wasn't he?
Very good, mate. Very good. I like it. Okay, I'm going to look at this black edge down here because I want to move some of that black in a little bit. So still, let's move you over here so you can see what's going on. There you go. There we go. Now, in fact, I'll move it there. Now that's better. You're overhead, aren't you, buddy? Yeah, so I'll move this way up then, that's fine. Right, okay. Let's see. See if I can... Yeah, good one, Robert. Yeah, I might be adding white. White was uppermost in my mind, to be honest with you. But I have to make sure I got the density of the things going on right here before I add the white. I want it to tell the story, if you see what I mean, without it overpowering itself. I know it probably doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but it's about weaving all these textures into each other, you know, like I'm trying to do now. These kind of almost sensual figure of eights going on. Now they will delineate a little bit, not too worried about that, but I know I've got paint underneath paint. There we go. See, that's a good example where I can dig some of the tones out from underneath and then let them kind of, you know, come out on their own merit. This is also how we develop the textures as the paint cures. It's a very, if you can ever make it here and have a go, and I would love to accommodate some of you here and just have a massive paint fest. I'd love you to see how rewarding, but also how complex and tricky these things are actually to work. And it's one reason why we're always constantly trying to practice and make the technique and the application methods better, and also learn so you can move forward with them, you know. Not always an easy thing to do, I'll be honest. And for those of you that have seen a lot of the live streams, you know we're not afraid to fail, but because it's the way that we learn. I want to get all moral, but it's a very important point, and a guiding principle of how we do things here. And it's got us really to the positions that we're in, allowed us to keep doing this for such a, what feels like now, a lifetime. Okay. So, what I've hopefully done is then just worked this edge a little bit. One thing I don't like, excuse me, it's just this little sort of thing. It's a bit too, yeah, see, I'm going to have to sort that out. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? A bit too uniform and regular. Let's whiz round. I'm going to come round the other side now, buddy. Into the centre. So we've got a great big sort of arc of black kind of disappearing into the centre, but some really, really nice shapes starting to come out. So I just need to deal with a couple of these first. Let's see if we can reintroduce some of these really nice shapes that we've got over on the other side. And there will be just a finite amount of time I can keep kind of working the paint until it goes really horrid and brown, which I'm trying to avoid. And I'm trying very gingerly now with the tool just to try and uncover some of the tones that are lying underneath, things that might have got hidden. See if we can dig those out, and hopefully as it starts to accelerate, the curing process starts to accelerate, we might stand a chance of keeping some of there. That was a nice one. Look, did you miss that? And you do a phenomenal job, mate. Don't let it ever not be said, trying to keep up with me. And when I go, I know I go. Tidy that edge up. Okay, right. One last drop of black. There we go. Let's see if we can just send in the other way. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Right, who would like to see a close-up of that while I change my gloves? Because that on its own is pretty darn special and wonderful and fantastic, and we'll see. We'll put it out to the, well, I'll say to the vote, but we'll get your feedback. And then we'll come and have a look on the Rome camp. What are we thinking of that? Shelley, I agree about galleries. Occasionally you find a good one, but others price your art twice the cost and you're barred from selling at your own price. I've done the best with my own open studio days. Well done for you, Shelley. Excellent to hear. Some chrome, says Henry. Yeah, could be. Yeah, Lynn, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah. I see a face, says Jay Favors. The great golden biblical storm of Stroud. Fantastic. How much work goes into it before the live stream? Oh, I'll answer that in just a second, Robert. What kind of filtration mask and ventilation do you have from some cactus? Easy to answer. It is a 3M VersaFlow, and it's a TR 800 series, which is the step up from like the hobbyist one. Hope that helps. Not cheap, but that's what we're using. Also, the office is the office standalone. This office connected to the main building. We're all one building, all one joined building. Great questions. Thank you very much. Loving it from Lynn. Joseph's got to go. Thank you, Joseph, for being here. Remember to watch the end of the stream later. Take care, dude. Don't forget, before you go, give us a quick thumbs up before you go. Yeah? Thank you, Joseph. In fact, everybody, what have we got? We've got lots of people watching now. Only 26 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying this. I'm up and down, I'm here, there and everywhere, and we're hopefully entertaining you and at the same time demystifying all these amazing things about abstract art and the materials that we use. A thumbs up would be amazing. Thank you so much. And also lots of new faces here again this evening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to give the channel a subscribe. You can do that by hitting the big red button and click on your bell icon, and then you'll always get your notifications as to when we pop up and do this kind of thing. That would be amazing. And it's also great to see all our patrons here this evening. And if you'd like to get on board with the Suarez Patron account of what we do there, you can head over to patreon.com/SuarezArt. AD will pop a link to that into the messages in just a few moments, and what you see on the screen right now is the page. We offer lots of exclusive content to our patrons. They also get it before anybody else gets it, and we also give away one of our special 102 series tiles. What on earth am I talking about? It's a series of a very special piece of art that contains 102 individual pieces. If you'd like to find out how you can claim yours, head over to patreon.com/SuarezArt. And the link is now pinned in the chat. Thank you very much, folks. Right, I'll quickly wipe my nose, and let's get on to Rome Camp, and let's have a look at what I've just done. Oh, right. Oh, stinks in here. Right. Insta, I'm going to give you a look in just a second. Stay where you are. Right, roam cam. Who wants to have a look at this? Here we go. Hopefully you will start to see some of those textures starting to appear. A lot of this is down to this emulsification process, especially on the copper. When it reacts, will start to react with the gold. There'll be a molecular change. There'll be a hardening of the hardener is accelerated when these two meet. If you want the tech stuff, and they form these sort of dams, if you like, which prevent that paint from flowing and other paint from flowing into it. So this is the way that the textures get created. It's almost like sculpting paste or modelling gel, but in paint, which is really quite an extraordinary thing. Now we've got this big dense black with these swathes of copper and gold just darting through the void of space, and then boom, a golden nebula appears out of nowhere. It's very tempting right now, isn't it, guys, to go, all right, do we put some chrome on that? What do we do with it? I'm very, but let's not rush. I just like that as it is, it's a thing. But yeah, I think we're definitely going to do something on it. Look, we've also got the first one we tried, so we've got to go back now to that one. Okay, Insta, this is looking pretty awesome. Let's just give you a quick look just there. Got all these textures starting to appear now. That's what we're, just done. Looking pretty awesome. So we're going to move you guys over here so that you can see what's going on now. And now we're going to get the black back out again. Okay, and we're going to have some fun in the center here. Okay, gloves are on. Let's do this. Meantime, I've got to think about what's happening with that one, haven't I? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully you're enjoying them both. Special sauce, says Robert. Not today. Well, it might be. You don't know, do you? I might be doing it. You'll have to wait and see. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm such a tease, aren't I? Right. Okay. First one. Gold finger over here. Which camera have we got there, buddy? Right. So let's go for right hand side then, and we'll go for some black on here. If you're ready then, buddy, I'm just going to start. Fairly thin layers to begin with. I want to get this nice and lyrical and light. Just going to move the spatula around fairly easily. Nothing too heavy. We're up at a reasonable height. Not afraid to go here, there and everywhere with it. Just want to get these loops and swoops just looking really nice. And we'll just maybe go just for a slightly looser one in the center. There we go. Happy days. Right, that's our first drop of black. What are we going to go with next? I think, folks, we need some silver. Let's go for some silver. This is big and thick and gloopy. This is going to help keep some of the shape that I'm about to put in. So again, we're being sympathetic with the consistencies of the paint. I'm going to wander around here. That is nice. Who's that? Artin Peace has given me a ton of thumbs up and some hearts. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Right, we're going to go in with some silver, I think. I don't want my nose is so itchy. That's going to cause me a problem, isn't it? Don't think about it, Ed. Think about something else. Oh, like the painting. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Silver. Not a lot, though. We don't want a lot. We just need a little soup some. As things go on, it's just going to be that bit that adds a little bit of coolness. It's that... Oh, I've just seen something in there. Glisten. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now that... The silver should hold its shape a little bit. That's the theory. Now, who was it who mentioned white? I think it was Henry or Robert. It could have been one or two more of you. Lynn, yes, you're mentioning white. Right, okay. Well, it's not quite white, but we are going to get some cream in. Yeah, whoever mentioned cream or white, yeah, top marks to all of you. We're definitely going with the cream. Right, I need to go into my magic box over here. Right, 2 seconds, folks. Let's get my box out. My box of tricks. You might be wondering, hello, what's he up to? Well, interesting you should say that, because I've got my magic box, which is full of really nice things. And when I say nice things, I mean, did I say shiny things? Yes. Okay. We like this. Right, buddy. I got my box of shiny things out. Who would like to see some metallic flakes? So let me know in the comments who would like some metallic flakes, because I've got the bag open, but it doesn't mean, oh no, I'll put them down again. Look, doesn't mean, does it? I have to put them on. Doesn't mean. And I've got a powder and some tints. Oh, this is wonderful. So we've got very, very fine powders, which are used to tint resin. Plus I've also got a really, really cool metallic flake. I'll show you how epic these are. Let's put them at the front here. Then Amy can show you. So there are powders. They don't tend to do too well when you just use them on their own, but we don't care. I'm just going to slap it on. Meanwhile, I've got a giant sliver of gunk skin in the cream. So let's get that out. And I want to put the sprinkles on before the cream goes on. Okay, these are all shaping up nicely, folks. We're all kind of massaging it into the place where we want to be. Right, I'm going to take this one, buddy. And if you can get a shot on the canvas, I'm going to get a tongue depressor. And I'm going to get some of this on around the outside, unless I spill it all in the process. Got to be very, very careful. I'm not really looking at the painting, I'm looking at what's on the end of here. Because this stuff can go very, very horribly wrong, very, very quickly. I need the hints. The hints will light up when the light gets hold of it. What I don't want is a huge amount. That actually is alright. It's going to be very, very subtle indeed. So let's keep that where it is. And I'm also going to pick this one, which is a bronze. And that's a really nice one. I'm going to get that through the centre. Oh, that's gone in massive clumps. Never mind. That was all planned. Of course it was, madam. That's the way I painted it. Haha. Lol. Right. Ah, is that Maria? Is it Maria? Ah. Me gustan esos dos colors tierras. Saludos desde Argentina. I like those earth colours. Greetings from Argentina. Well, we are truly global, aren't we, folks? Right, we're going on with the sprinkles because I couldn't stand it any longer. Now, this is an 18 micron powder. And it's wonderful at catching light. What I want it to do is to kind of appear in the background. I don't want it to be on top of the white, the cream. When the cream goes on, I need the cream really to stand on its own merit. But I want all the stuff around the edges for people to go, oh, look, what's that? So we'll get the small metallic flakes on. A lot of these are going to fall off, and you know, it's an odd thing to say, isn't it, really? But with the paint drying so rapidly on here, remember I had to work quickly at the start. Well, I can see some of it is almost literally dry, which is crazy. But the use of chemical infusions can really make a difference to some of these paintings. Right, okay, let's get the cream. It's cream time, folks. Let's do this. I just want to celebrate just for the love of paint. Yes, Rita, great question. You can mix the flakes into a clear. We've done that once or twice. As you know, they won't go into what we've got currently because the paint just eats it up in great big clumps. But yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. They will go into a clear. We'll have to do that one day. Well, it just basically looks like what I've just done now by sprinkling them on, but you just get a slightly glossier finish to it. Now, I'm going to quickly do a little drop of the raw copper just over the top of that. You have to get down reasonably low. There's a lot on the spoon, but it dribbles off nice and slowly. So we'll revisit that up and down a couple of times. All about It's all like strings and things. Maybe that's the name, strings and things. Lots of fine details on that. Lovely. Happy days. Right, we're going to leave that where it is for a moment. And then we're going to flip back in a heartbeat over to this one. we're all over the place tonight, aren't we? Right, let's give you guys over here Insta. Now, if you want to be in the video, thank you for sending me the request to be in the live video. My screen is very small on the iPhone, so if anybody's in the video, I can't actually see what's on the screen. So I just hope you know it's nothing personal. So we have to keep it like that, just so I can see everybody's lovely comments on the feed. Right, buddy, we will do another look at that in a moment, because I want to put some, I think I'll probably put some chrome on that, and maybe a little bit more black over the top. We're going to give that 5 minutes on its own. Now, this is the big question as I change gloves. What are we going to do with this? I absolutely love it, but is it finished? This is the big question. Ah, Emmanuel says it sounds like a cooking class this evening. Excellent. Rita loves the squiggles. Robert, nice touch with the screen. Screen? Thank you, Denise. That's very kind. You guys are wonderful. Lynn says, are you spraying this one too? Not sure, to be honest with you, Lynn. I was, when am I putting a third glove on? Have I got any more hands than the ones I've got? I was tempted actually to give this a special sauce spray. But do you know what? I'm not. I think it might start to wreck the textures, and actually the textures are looking really nice. And I think if I was to start making it sell, it's just going to be too much going on. So I don't think I'm going to do that. So what I need to find out now from myself, what am I supposed to do with that? It's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a tricky one, and this is starting to go off as well, but I'm really happy about that. It is a tricky one, isn't it? Because I just like that as it is, and I'm very tempted to leave it, but I don't know what to do. Your comments and thoughts would be appreciated, folks. What should I do? Because I'm right on that cusp now. Cream squiggles on the second one, says Lynn. Stunning, says Shelley. Thank you very much. Small amount of black over the cream. Yes, Lynn, I will return back to the gold backed one. I love this painting, Ed says, I like the name String Theory. It's going straight into my top 3 Suarez paintings. Thank you. And Robert giving much love to Adi. Nice job, Adi, with the camera switching. Yes, Adi is the master. We can't do any of this without him, so thank you for recognising that, Robert. Spray the second one, says Lynn. Second one in the centre section. It's tricky, isn't it? What are we going to do, eh? What are we going to do? Right, I'm going to get my chrome out. No, definitely my chrome. No, it's chrome. Right, let's get ourselves some of that into the can lid. Let me just go to the extractor. And get myself some out. It's just disappeared off screen for a second. Everybody. Just over in the corner by the extractor. It's better. Ah, right. Well, I'm definitely tempted to get a bit of chrome on here, so let's use something I don't ever use. Which camera are we on, dude? Look! It's a brush! What? Say what?
Say what?
Yeah. Could you believe that? Right, in goes the brush. So I'll go to this end, and we're gonna do a few gentle splashes. See what we can just drop on. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. This is just going to pepper in the black a little bit. And I'll show you this in just a bit. And I'm really on that edge, I've got to be honest, about putting any white. I think if any white goes in here, it almost literally has to be like what I'm doing now, but in white. You know, just to add just that slight amount of light into it. In fact, yeah, maybe I've just answered my own question there. It's looking nice there. Let's do the same over here. Sorry, buddy, I had to look in front of the camera then for a second. And we are going to come back, Lynn, don't worry. We're going to get some black down the centre of that. We're going to really accentuate that, but I just need that few minutes, a few crucial minutes in there. just before I do, just for it to harden off a little bit, because everything is quite accelerated and it's drying at the moment. Now then, do I go white or cream in there? I think it's got to be cream, to be perfectly honest with you, and I need to thin it down a little bit. So let's do that. Let's just thin ourselves a little drop of cream. Got to get the right thinners in here, not the wrong one. One lot is for one paint and one is for the other. And I'm just going to get a few splashes, because at least this way, if it all goes horribly wrong, if it looks terrible, or I think, oh my goodness me, I've made such a mistake, there is the possibility of being able to work this back into the black without it causing too many problems. But I just quite like that elemental nature of this one. It is quite moody and broody, but at the same time it's not trying to pretend to be anything else, is it? So I think we're going to try and stick with our principles. Let's grab my brush. Don't mind having that little drop of copper on, metallic copper from the can. Right, this is going to be so tricky now. Right, dude, are we on PTZ? Are we? Or... yeah, fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can get this. Yeah, let's just see if I can. Say again, mate. Sorry. Yeah, one drop's already on. Yeah. The finger's just acting as a stop point. Yeah, that's all right. That's working. I just can't afford to load this too much. I want them to be smaller, almost like stars in the cosmos. It just needs a little bit, doesn't it? It just doesn't need a lot. Thank you, Rita. Yeah. Have I ever? Sorry, I'm standing right in front of you. Have I ever sprayed directly from a spray can onto a painting? Yes, I have, and it was a complete disaster, and not something I would ever do again. So yeah, trust me, I'm not certainly not going to do it with this one. So that was Donna. Hello, Donna from South Carolina. Do I have my copper mix special? No, I don't actually. You could probably read the manufacturer. Because it's there, it's been there all broadcast on the table. It's from a company called Pronto Paints, based in Chesterfield in the UK, which is sort of North Midlands-ish, Derbyshire way. Yeah, great company. They do agricultural finishes. This one is just called Copper. So there you can see Agrisheen. There you go. You can even read the code number. No, nothing special about that one. It's just big and thick and gooey. And absolutely love it. It is the paint equivalent of treacle. So yeah, we quite like it. Okay, thank you, buddy. Right, I'm going to head to the black. We're going to head back over onto the gold one, just very, very briefly. So I'll move you back again. We need to get the next skadoosh of black on there. You know, I managed to get the word in this this broadcast, didn't I? What would a broadcast be without a little skadoosh here and there? So we're just going to drizzle some black over the top of that. This is the point now where we start to give it some depth. I'm not changing the colour palette. I'm going to keep as I am. Looks like we're on PTZ, yes, buddy? Yeah, fantastic. I'll do it from this side then. So I'm slightly further down. Back is arched a little bit. It's going to allow me just to contain this through the centre a little bit more. It was a little bit more wayward on the first application, but I want to try and centre this a little bit more now. Doesn't need a huge amount, but already, look, we're changing the dynamic of it. We've got DNA kind of thing going on. Yeah, doesn't need any more than that. Now, here's an interesting thing. I'm considering doing the same on this one. Now then, let's have a look. Right, lots of comments coming through now. Great camera work. AD, I wouldn't do a whole lot more to the dark one. It's on the edge and it's beautiful. I'm saying, love the chrome stars, says Henry. Agree with Zane. A bit of coppery red in the middle-ish. Looks like a planet bursting through. Yeah, I get that, Zelda. Thank you for being here, by the way. Not sure really when I'm doing any more. Yeah, I've lost AD in my ears. 2 seconds. Yeah, let me try a new battery. Sorry, everybody. Just give me a second. We're on reserve microphones tonight for our communication between each other, so not sure what's going on, but it's as simple as battery out, battery in. Well, you'd think, wouldn't you? Here I am now. Ah, there we go. Right, off, on. And I've got a blue light. Hello, can I hear him? No. No, my blue light is flashing. Oh, waiting to connect. Bluetooth 1.0, I think. 8.5 by the look of that. So we're liking the black painting, aren't we? Okay, some chrome stars on the golden one as well, perhaps. I'm not sure. No, I'm still flashing, so maybe Adie's battery's gone as well. Oh, hi Kevin, good to see you too. Oh, and another praise from Lynn for Adie's camera work. Thank you very much. Yes, I can see that on the lappy. We're getting some really nice looks on there as well. Oh, he's back. Got you, mate. How bizarre. Anyway, we're back in the room anyway. I've got him back. What a cracker. What's cracking from, I can't pronounce that, sorry. What type of powder is that from Lucia? The powder, I'm doing some paint. The powder is just a pigment, that's all Lucia, that we normally use for mixing in with clear resin. Yeah, resin powders. Lynn, could you, on the dark one, can you create something that looks like a comet? Very doubtful, but I don't think I want to actually. Thank you for the suggestion. I do appreciate it, yeah. Jeffrey likes what's happening here. Excellent. Lynn says perfect. Yeah, I think I agree with you all, actually. To be honest, this is very sort of we're looking like a nebula, aren't we, through there? But it's just the most gorgeous and wonderful colours. So the dark one is done, my friends. Nothing is going to happen to that one. That is done in my book, and I am loving that. That's dark and broody and exciting, and a direction that I didn't really think I was going to go in. But let's give Insta a quick look. Look at all those little pepper dots. Now that cream is all starting to delineate now, so it's almost looking like twinkling little stars. And then we've got all of those liquid chrome sort of stars and dots and planets. They're all going on as well, but the textures are really starting to hold their shapes now, which is tremendously exciting, and I'm very, very, very pleased about that. That is excellent. Right, let's just pop you back here, Insta, because obviously we're going to be looking at this one very, very shortly. Now then, buddy, I know you're on corner. Yeah, it is like looking in through the James Webb telescope, mate. You're right. Right, who would like to have a look on corner cam at the black one, shall we? Shall we do it, buddy? Oh, sorry, my apologies. Roam cam, of course I meant roam cam. Why did I say corner cam? Okay, here we go. I'll be quiet now and just let you look. Right, let's go take a look at the other one. Dude, are you able to tell me the person's name, the Russian name at all? Okay. Well, for our Russian friend, I'll just say this, Dziękuję, spasiba. Now I'm trying to see the sparkles where the glittery bits here. Look at that. We got it, mate. We got it. Now I can assure you folks, when that catches the light, it literally, it just completely just takes over. So that's the beauty of the sparkles. Now it's quite an elemental, a very light, kind of elegantish painting. You know, we've gone from one extreme, haven't we? We've gone from the darkness to the light. I was only having this conversation with someone today that we have to live a life. What is a life if you can't experience both of these things? And here we are. We've done all the whole light and dark, the yin and yang thing this evening. And I'm super excited by it. Very, very happy with that. I could paint like this all day long, every day. Absolutely loving that. What do you think, folks? Tell me what you think of that. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, looks like a picture from the James Webb Telescope. Thank you so much. I hope I am paid in gold for these. Looks like your brain, Shelley, before and after your morning coffee. Well, isn't that wonderful? Now, folks, there's just one other thing I quickly want to mention. Okay, while I've got you all here, we're doing some pretty unbelievable things with the art, turning it into everyday items that you'll just want to own. I just want to quickly share this with you now. Ada's going to put our brand new website on the screen for you now. This is suarezlifestyle.com. We'll pop a link to that into the messages. It is already down in the description if you're watching this on catch up. Do go check it out, because today, folks, we've hit the 200 product mark, and I'm busy adding stuff every day. I'm consulting with lots of different people about what they want to see on the site. But it is amazing. We are turning the art into the amazing things you can just own and love every single day.
Oh, look. I like these. And I like these too. Oh, men's lace-up canvas shoes. Ada's purples. Yes, purple. I'm liking that a lot.
Everything is available worldwide, so it all literally, unless you're in Outer Mongolia, and I think we cover that as well, you cannot fail to be you cannot be in a territory where you don't get something from the store. So by all means, guys, just go and have a look around. Okay, go and just treat yourself to something. If you love this but you haven't got the space or the budget for a big one, you can get to enjoy something every day. I bought my sneakers last week, and so I've got my own sneakers. I've ordered a puffer jacket, right? So in a week or two, I'm literally going to start off the broadcast in my Suarez puffer jacket. And there's gym gear, there's household stuff, there's handbags. My God, there's 15 different types of handbags. I mean, guys, it just doesn't stop. And today I've been putting lots of the active wear on and gradually building up all the ladies wear. We've got lots of unisex hoodies and unisex t-shirts with all bright designs on, all just celebrating. That's the thing. We are celebrating what we do in this pod every week, and the lifestyle store gives you a chance to share that and enjoy it with us every single day of the week. So we're very excited by it. I've put so many hours into it, I can't even tell you, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're putting more and more cool things on with more and more designs literally every day of the week. So bookmark it, come back and treat yourself. We're still within that time window to get guaranteed before Christmas. What can I say, guys? Go and treat yourself, because you deserve it. Anywho, right, so we've done 2 paintings, haven't we, folks? I really hope you've enjoyed that, because I know I have. And I think you always know when I've had a blast, because the paintings come out particularly awesome instead of just mind-blowingly awesome. So what do we think of that, folks? Let's have one last look at your comments. Scarves. Good suggestion, Charlene. I will look out for scarves. Tamiko likes the black painting, and Callie's on shoes. Yes, shoes. So Henry is fine because he's in Upper Mongolia. Henry, you're so funny. It's ridiculous. Lucia likes the purple. Glad you're enjoying that, guys. But I mean, most importantly, have you enjoyed the 2 paintings this evening? I really hope you have. So while Ada gives you one last look at that, it just leaves me to say a massive thank you to all of you who have joined us in the broadcast this evening. Let's give you one final look Instagram over on there while Ada does the same on the overhead. Pretty awesome. Can't wait to share this with our patrons, which we will do when they're dry. And we'll post some photos of these over on our social media platforms in the next week to 10 days once we're in a position to be able to photograph them properly. I'm super happy with those. It's they're simple processes and techniques, but I think you'll agree we've managed to turn them into something that looks pretty cool, and I'd be very happy to hang any one of those on my wall if I had the space to do so. Right, folks, thank you very much for your company. I've really enjoyed it. Age's done an absolute blinder this evening. Let's say a massive thank you to that gentleman, because as always, he's the one that makes our broadcasts possible. So thank you, mate. That is awesome. I know he's been giving you some fantastic shots of everything this evening. I've had a blast as well. It's been a pretty cool night. I think you'll agree. Thank you for being here, especially if you've been here from the start. And it just remains for us to say that we'll be doing this, guess what? Same time next week. Something completely different. Who on earth knows? You never know with us, do you, what's going to come. So make sure you bookmark that when I post it onto the channel a little bit later on. And of course, so that you don't miss it, you just need to pop your notification bell on the subscribe button. That's it for now, folks. Please do share this amongst your friends. Thank you very much for watching. Have a safe and pleasant week. And we expect to see you right back here, same time next week, 7:30 p.m. GMT. That's UK time next Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of Adrian and myself, that's it for one day. And we'll see you next time, and a very good evening.